Mills fashions a kick back towards the wing for Lady! Left now, lines them up. It's coming back. Hawks is the biggest man there.
G'day guys, welcome to Red Time. Jared Barker, Mason Cox, back for episode 25, which is actually our last episode.
The grand final.
Because it's the grand final week. Very exciting. 25 episodes did go very quickly, but looking forward to closing it off with the best one yet, I'm sure.
Pretty wild, man. 25 apps. That's a lot of time with you.
Yeah, it is.
What
have you learnt about me over there?
What have I learnt about you? You're a Collingwood nuffy.
I'm not. Don't
pretty
say
good at
that.
tennis. You are very good at tennis.
Some will
sidebars
say.
about that.
Some will
but,
say. Yeah.
You're good at your job.
Thank you.
Give you a little credit, mate.
Hey, so are you.
Thank you.
Regardless of what happened on the weekend, so are you. So are you.
We'll dive into it.
Yeah, we are going to look ahead to that. But, mate, how are you? How are you? Because it's not the ideal results over the weekend, but we do have to look back at it, unfortunately.
It's frustrating. I'm not going to lie with you. It is frustrating. I don't know. Like, for me, I'm very fortunate to, I think, be in the finals campaign, given the fact that I didn't play AFL for a decent chunk of the year. So I think I'm very grateful in that sense of being able to experience that. But, yeah, you kind of, I don't know, like every club obviously hopes to win the whole thing. And it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow whenever you don't get to that point to even have a chance to. But there's 16 teams that don't.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, but sometimes I think the fact that not every team gets to do it every single year kind of makes it that much sweeter whenever you do win it.
Yep.
You realize how hard it is to get to that point.
What do they say? If you're not first, you're last. It's that type of industry, isn't it?
It is.
Unfortunately, that's the thing with sport.
100%.
But what happens now? Mad Monday? Anything like that?
Had a few drinks, a few kind of break-up drinks, and then we'll have Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday.
Which is exciting.
Is that a dress-up thing? Do you guys usually dress up?
Yeah.
Costume sorted?
Nice.
Nice.
And then essentially we'll have after that we'll have the whole club gets together for a bit of a function.
Yeah,
so
cool.
The guys will be pretty they're being in a bit of a phase, by the time it gets to the full club function. So I'll be interested to see exactly what parties had a few more drinks by the time it gets to 5 p.m. Whenever we all meet up.
Who's usually best on in these situations?
Who's usually best on?
Wacky Wednesdays.
Man, I don't know. I feel like Isaac Quainer had the best dress up. He dressed up as Lewis Hamilton and was like a spinning image of him.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
In 23, we didn't do it last year, so dress up. But he was the best on, I think, last time. As far as drinking and stuff, you can't let those facts can't leave the place, right? It's kind of like going to Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens at Wacky Wednesday stays at Wacky Wednesday.
I respect it.
Yeah.
But hey, despite the results on the weekend, you got more time now for golf and fine-tuning those putting skills, I'm sure, and going back to the States as well, I assume. So,
headed back the 13th of October, and the golf bag's got a bit of use over the last few days. I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's something to look forward to at least. But as I said, we do have to reflect on the game, unfortunately for you, on the weekend. Just take us through it. What's said afterwards when the realisation hits that you put in all this effort over the course of a very long season and the siren goes and like this, the snap of the fingers, your season's over. What's spoken about after the game?
I don't think there's a lot of preparation for it. You always kind of prepare for if everything goes well.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's because you have to, because that's the scenario. But I think you just kind of have this finality feeling right after. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, well, this season finishes as soon as the siren goes. And it comes to this realization there's going to be different faces there from staff, players, admin. The place is never the exact same as the year before, and that does change, and that's kind of part of footy. And it's hard to know that because you kind of think, you're like, well, this might be the last time you've played with some players, or last time you go and run out on the field together in the same colors. And yeah, it's a weird feeling, but I think if there's just you get to the end, you just kind of say, everything you're appreciative for, because there's so many people that not only players, but this staff and everything in admin that goes on behind the scenes, and the time they've spent to make everything run smoothly and to get players up and to, do what's hopefully best for the club. It's not only finality for players in the year, it's a finality for those people also. And I think you just kind of, Craig after the game kind of, gave his thanks to everyone, as you should. And, it's more than just the players that make up a club. And I think those are the ones that really kind of make it run and don't get the credit they deserve. So it's good to acknowledge them.
We can't speak about the game on the weekend without mentioning the little brouhaha in the first quarter. So Dayne Zorko.
The drop mark I had, straight 10 seconds into the game.
No, not that one. Not that one. But
I've never had a bigger side eye from Nick Dacos in my life.
Did it hurt bouncing off your chest like that?
Yeah. I don't think he could have kicked it better.
But no, hey, Dayne Zorko, your
Did
mate.
get the first goal, though. I'll just say
You did.
On that one,
Well, on that first goal, by the way.
You made a bit of cash, did you?
Dayne Zorko has been fined $5,000 for misconduct for snatching your, what do we call them, glasses, goggles?
Glasses.
Which one are they? Glasses? Glasses with straps, yeah. For snatching them off your face. So
Yeah.
you kicked the goal, you approached each other, spilled the teammate. What actually happened? I'm sure there were some friendly words exchanged. Let us know what happened.
Look, I Dayne Zorko is an important person, a person you can sometimes get in the head of.
Yep.
So that was kind of, he was the person that gave away the free kick, to be honest with you. So I was like, you know what, if I can get in his head a little bit, why not?
Good target.
Yeah, you kick the goal, and let's just say I darted a few eyes to find him to just go at him. And I'll say this, Dayne Zorko, he's a kind, I think he's a great man, a great role model, a person I think I'd be great friends with, are all things I would not say about Dayne Zorko. So I'll be honest with you. So I
tell
think
us what you really think, mate.
yeah, I look. I don't think he's the favorite player of a lot of people, including myself. He's a great player. I'm no denying that, and respect him and his ability on the football field. But that's pretty much all I'll say around it. I think it's pretty obvious.
I'm sure you both enjoyed that moment very much. Fisticuffs.
He ended up darting away pretty quickly. I will say that. Yeah, didn't stay around for long.
What does that mean?
Didn't stay around for long. I'll say that.
I'm trying to say about him here.
I think he's a nice guy, is what I'm trying to say.
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, so I can't.
I actually personally don't really know him too much, but
yeah.
I can imagine what he's like personally.
No, very interesting. Hey, another big moment in that game, Scott Pendlebury's injury. When did you find out that he was subbed out, and what sort of impact did that have, losing him?
Well, it was kind of weird. I just kind of like looked up at one point. I saw Rowan Steele, who was our sub, was on the field. And I just kind of was like, looked around. I was like, oh, well, someone's definitely been subbed off. And I just kind of looked at the back bench. I was like, you see Pendles, and I was like, oh, jeez. Yeah, so it's tough, man, because not only that, you kind of think, you're like, well, if he's injured now, he's definitely missing the grain if we do win this. So it's kind of like there's those two feelings of like a guy that, deserves it probably more than almost as much as anyone, right? And you kind of had that bit of feeling sorrow for him. But yeah, it happened very quickly to the point where you just kind of were like, oh my gosh, okay, well that's been done. That trigger's been pulled. Like, let's just continue on. And Rowan Steele played well, I thought, like, given the scenario and the pressure and everything else, like for a guy who we drafted mid-season, it's a lot of... it's a lot to put on his shoulders, but I thought he handled it really well, and credit to him. But, obviously we'd love to have Pendles out there for the full game. It's
something that the Lions are going to contend with this week is Lachie Neale is coming off a calf injury, so unsure whether they're going to select him or not. But something to watch nonetheless. Will you watch the grand final? A lot of players think it's too raw when they play finals and lose. They get kicked out. They don't watch it. But will you sit down and watch it?
It is still raw, I think. And especially because you were that close, I think it also adds like a little bit more frustration to it.
When it's the prelim that you lose, it probably becomes a bit tougher.
Yeah, it becomes a bit more personal, I feel like. But I think I'm going to be at the game. I think I'm going to do some stuff there. I've yet to commit to it, but I'm still kind of tossing it up. It is a cool spectacle to see, but I think I'll be doing a bit more mingling than probably watching the game, if I'm being honest with you. It is. We're all very highly competitive people as athletes, right? And I think selfishly you want to win it, as every team does. And like, it's whenever you're not getting what you want, sometimes it's tough to watch others get that. So, but then again, like I have experienced it to win the whole thing. So like, I can't be bitter about it in a sense, but it's definitely a bit of jealousy, as I think everyone would have. That's a professional athlete trying to reach that goal. We are going to look ahead to that grand final very shortly. But before we do, start, bench, or drop, second segment. I'm going to kick us off with the first one here to you. This is a big one because we spoke off air about this. So I know what you're going to say, and I know that we disagree. It's time to take Brownlow Medal voting off the umpires. Start, bench, or drop. Oh my gosh, dude. This has like baffled me from day one of coming to this country. Sorry, we haven't dropped an F-bomb yet in this podcast. No, I refuse to do it. 25 weeks in. Why in the heck would we give the most valuable award decided to the umpires? And I think this year, almost more than others, has really, really exposed how flawed the system is.
Nah,
You can't deny
I
that there are
disagree.
some wild decisions this year.
Yeah, there are, but I find it staggering that people actually don't think that umpires should be voting on this because it's the umpires award.
Okay, no,
We have other
I think
awards.
it's okay to have an umpires award, right? Do I think it should be the highest touted award of the AFL that is given out?
Okay, but who gives it
No.
that prestige? Who sees it in that sort of prestigious honour?
I-
We do as fans.
Yeah, and this is why I don't understand.
Yeah, so let's give-
This is why I've never agreed with it.
Right.
Because I don't think the umpire should have the award that everyone allows is the most important award.
But it's on us to see it that way. They are allowed to have their award. We
I
still
agree.
have the Coaches Player of the Year award.
Well, the funny thing I think I've noticed from this year than Brownlow is I think
Yeah.
people are starting to look at coaches' awards and player
Yeah.
as something that holds a little bit more esteem than it did
Well,
in
that's-
previous years because the Brownlow is so flawed.
That's what is interesting. Is it's up to us to give more weight to the different awards that we have. I
Yeah.
like the diverse range of awards that we have. So the Coaches Award, as voted on by the coaches,
Yep.
Players MVP as voted on by the PA, and the Brownlow as voted on by the umpires. Not all of them. There's no right or wrong. It's just different opinions, different perspectives. The umpires have their own viewpoints. There's no right or wrong with this. That's why I don't understand why people think the umpires shouldn't vote. It's just their vote and the way that they see the game through their specific lens. These votes, these awards, they are different. Maybe we can make their job easier and allow them to look at
100% we can
stats,
do
which
that.
are readily available for
to.
everyone else.
It's getting absurd.
But the umpires are still allowed to have their award. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong in your eyes. Like, we're not going to just say, oh, the coach's award went to a player who I don't think deserved it. So let's take the coach's vote away from the coach's award. That doesn't make sense.
No, but I think
All the awards are different.
I look at the the AFL Players Award for the best player in the league, and then also the Coaches Award. I hold those to more esteem than the Brownlow.
Yeah, and you have every right
do.
to. And I do. I actually do as well.
Yeah,
I think
like legitimately, I think those are more a reflection of exactly who has been the best player of the year.
Yep.
One, because the players are playing against them, they know kind of what the system is, and coaches also are like having to deal with players. You look at like Nick Dacos or even Matt Rowe has won it, right? Like, and
Deserved
give
winner.
credit. Yeah,
Yeah.
flowers where flowers are due. Him and Noah Anderson had a great year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to agree with the way it went out, but like obviously they're fantastic players, right? So I kind of look at that and I'm like, well, one, I want to go back to this because fans, you go, why do we give esteem to the Brownlow, right?
Yeah.
And it's because the fans and everyone else is, it's
always
the
been
Brownlow,
that
it's a
way,
big deal,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Who are the people that disagree? Who do fans disagree with more than anyone else in the AFL industry?
it would be the old umpires.
It'd be the
I would say,
umpires.
yes.
So why the heck do the fans give esteem to the people they can't agree with on the most?
You're gonna
It makes no sense to me.
We have millions of football fans across the country. Ask them. It's up to them to give more weight to the coaches' award, Coxy. I agree with you in some
Can we just
respects,
we need
but
to start a different award ceremony? Let the girls, the Coaches Association Award, let the girls run it. Let them dress up.
Sure.
And get all the lots like they should. And that's
Sure.
their night. I honestly think the Brownlow is more for the women than it is for the men. If I'm being realistic with you, but awesome, great. They should get a lot of support because they support the players the whole year and have to deal with a lot. So maybe we just kind of have we need to give more credit to the players.
Yeah, we do, but the umpires are still allowed to have their award. Can I just say
They can, I
the
just don't think
Coaches
they're
Player
affordable.
of the Year award went to Noah Anderson and Bailey Smith.
Yep.
The Players MVP went to Nick Dacos, and the Brownlow went to Matt Rowell. Matt Rowell deserved the Brownlow medal because that's how the umpires saw it, and the other players deserved their award because that's how those coaches and players saw it. End of story. Call me a fence sitter.
Umpires have
Call me
their
a fence
favorites.
sitter.
Let's just be honest, and I'm not one of those.
You've got the next topic. Let's move on.
Yeah. Can we just go back on this? Jesse
No,
Hogan
I
kicked
won the
7
debate.
goals. We're not going to give him a vote, and also the whole
The sire.
the Nasai thing. You have no
Okay.
leg to stand on whenever that happens at the Brownlow.
For goodness sake,
Just
the
an
Sire
absolute
Wanganeen
joke.
Malera was the best player on the ground that day against Melbourne, and that was the best individual performance of the season. But I don't care that the umpires didn't see it that way because they're allowed to. They're allowed to give Darcy Fort, great guy, I'm sure, 50 Brownlow votes. I don't care if that's the way that they see it. That's the way that they see it. Give me the next topic.
Okay, this is just anyway. Yeah, sorry, Brownlow. Not a fan of it. Let's just sum that up. But
Speaking of the awards.
this year's mark and goal of the year were underwhelming. Start, bench, or drop.
I'm starting that. So Noah Anderson kicked a great goal against the Pies out of the centre clearance to win the game for Gold Coast. It's a great moment, but I think Sam Flanders kicked a goal against Freo, side of the boot, soccer off the deck. Had a much higher degree of difficulty, and I thought that was the best goal. You see centre clearance goals every week. And then Sam Darcy's mark, again, courageous mark, good mark. He dropped it for one.
Ooh.
But still a pretty good moment regardless. Ben King took a hanger in round 1 over West Coast. It wasn't even one of the finalists.
That's crazy.
I think it was a touch overwhelming. I'm going to start that.
I think it was underwhelming. I'll start that too. I think comparing it to years past, there's like a clear cut 2 or 3 that you look at and go, wow, that was impressive. I don't think I'll ever see a goal kick like that again. And mark of the year, I feel like it just has to be a Specky.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the back of the flight, great. Don't get me wrong. I thought that was like a courageous thing to do. Do I think a hanger is just way cooler to see?
Yeah.
Like, is a better viewing and more spectacular and like everything else for like a mark. And I think it's a harder thing to do.
Yeah. The Ben King one was like very aesthetically pleasing too.
Look
just
great.
Clean in the hands. Yeah. Mark of the year for me.
So I think there's room for improvement.
I'm with you.
The whole night was a bit of a room for improvement, I thought.
We aren't leaving the Brownlow night yet.
Yeah.
I've got the third one for you. Zach Merritt rocking up to Brownlow night, walking the red carpet, speaking to media and sitting at the Bombers table. Just the fact that he did that start bench drop.
I'll start it. It's a tough thing to do. All the stuff that's been said about him over the last few weeks and like what's going on, he still kind of rocks up and sometimes you just have to swallow your pride a bit and just kind of say, you know what, like, hey, this is a business and everyone else is just aware of it as he is, but people want to pot him because he wants to do what's best for him. Like I don't know if he's 30. I think he's around the 30 age mark, and he's yet to play final, really. And, like, at some point you kind of go, like, what's more important to me, like success or money? And obviously success is definitely on his mind right now. So I don't think anyone's sitting there. I think anyone like that just has a level head goes, yeah, I understand what's going on. But anyone that just pots him is just looking for a bit of a headline.
Yep.
And credit to him to rock up there after everything that's said to him, just be like, you know what? Yeah, this is happening.
Yeah.
Like, and he's sat there with his teammates. He's like, hey, you know what? Like, we've had some great moments together, and it's been a year, and I want to celebrate the year as a whole with you guys and the commitment we made to the team. Like, I think that's totally fine. Credit to him.
I'm starting it as well. I think it's a really good look too. Might have been a little bit awkward. Who knows? But free food, free drinks. But
the thing is, though, like the players support each other more than people realize.
Yeah.
I think like there's a certain point you realize like players, sometimes just have to do what's best for them, and it's no judgment because if you were probably in the same situation as a player, you'd probably make the same decision.
Yep. Well said.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but I'm not a player, so I don't know.
Well, I am, so I do.
Go next.
We'll go to the next one. Clubs should take a punt on Jaidyn Stephenson.
Yeah, so this is in regards to the reports last week in The Age that he has sounded out clubs and approached clubs on his own after playing local footy.
They DM him on Instagram? Or?
I have no idea how he did it, but retired last year, obviously, after North Melbourne. He had some tough times there, form issues and off-field issues and injury issues and all the same. So I think I'm going to bench it because I think like he's obviously shown that he's talented enough to compete at the level and be an AFL player, but I'm sure, as I said before, there might be some off-field issues there, and it's more than just having talent. You got to get your body right. You got to get your mindset right. You have to tick off a lot of things in your life to actually compete at the top level. So if you can do all that, it's more than talent. But if you can tick it all off, then I'd say yes. But it's just up to him to do it. So he has to prove that to clubs.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bench that too. I think it's going to be dependent on how he fits into a club culture, being an older player. Like obviously his situation is very public of what's going to happen and transpired, and he's shown glimpses here and there and shown that he can play. And the biggest thing is once you get to a certain age, you have to not only be a good player, but you also have to fit into the culture, and that's kind of where a club has to make that decision. And personally, I don't know him too well, I'll be honest, since he kind of left in a sense. So I can't really talk on it too much, but I think teams and we'll sit there and kind of really break down and ask those really pointy questions to him to kind of figure out exactly kind of what's going on and if he kind of will fit into the club, and if so, then he's definitely got the talent.
Yep, I think it's more on him than it is the clubs. Yeah. Last one for you. Brisbane can flip the script. Sorry, I said flipped.
Yeah.
Flip the script.
Yeah.
After being smashed by Geelong in the qualifying final.
Drop. I've got Geelong winning this one. And I've got Jeremy Cameron and Dangerfield just absolutely dragging the guys over the line. That game that Danger played against Hawthorn.
Pretty scary.
Insane. I was just looking at it. It was obvious. Like, this man was the game changer. Like, he literally just went in there and just smoked some boys and just turned the game on its head and said, you know what, I'm going to sit on the bench for the last 20 minutes because I've just done so much to make us get over the line. If he can do anything close to what he did against Hawthorn, there's no chance. I'm going to struggle to see Brisbane match that and be able to handle it.
He was ruthless against the Hawks last week.
So
he was insane. I'm actually starting this. Brisbane can. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they can. So this is the 6th time, which we spoke about on Monday's podcast, that the qualifying finalists are meeting again in the grand final since 2000. So it's happened 5 times. 4 of the times the result was actually flipped. The qualifying final loser ended up winning the grand final against the same opponent. The only one loss was, unfortunately, I think West you know Coast. The answer, Collingwood losing to West Coast in 2018. And Brisbane did beat Geelong earlier in the year in the whiteout game.
They smashed them, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what gives a lot of people hope that Brisbane can do it again.
Yeah.
And they won. They were pretty. I mean, they were convincingly winning in the first game they played. So in finals, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be a good game, I think.
We'll see. Next segment: hot stat checklist, powered by StatMate. Download the app for free now. So Geelong versus Brisbane, as we said in this week's grand final, there are some key players and stats to have a look at here.
Yeah.
So Dayne Zorko, your friend, is averaging 32 disposals against the Cats this season. He's covered 25 plus in all 3 of their meetings. Bailey Smith has had no issue finding the footy at the MCG of late. He's racked up 30 plus in 4 of his last 5 matches at the venue. Norm Smith for Bailey? I reckon he could have a big one. Anyway,
I don't think the AFL wants it, but here's a possibility.
Sean Manor, his teammate, has been as consistent as it gets over the past 10 weeks. So he's cleared 15 plus disposals in all of those 10 games. I actually had a look. He's kicked 15 goals in that time as well. So
wow.
Very underrated player is Sean Manor. Cam Rayner, we mentioned this one a couple of weeks ago. He's booted 2 plus goals in all of his last 10 matches away from the Gabba.
Yep.
And that streak continues because he did it again on the weekend. And 20 plus disposals for Brian Myers. Keep an eye out for this one. So he's been, that's been standard practice for him in the last 20 games. 20. He's achieved 20 plus touches in his 16 of his last 20 games, which is pretty significant. So some key stats there to have a look at and keep an eye on this weekend. And I don't really know if there's any of those that won't happen.
Yeah,
they've already played 3 times this year.
Yeah, I mean, all these kind of look like that's very possible. I think Bailey Smith, if he racks up 30 plus disposals, to be honest, I think he'll win the Norm Smith. And
there's no one to tag him because Dunkley will play a defensive role somehow, but I don't think he went to him in the qualifying final. I can't recall. But he's probably got too much pace for dunks.
It's going to be a great midfield battle for sure. I see all these getting up, to be honest. 5 stats, 5 ticks. 5
stats, 5 ticks.
Yeah.
I actually agree.
I hope so, because it's going to make an interesting game.
I agree with that. I think they're all going to happen as well.
Yeah.
They're all in good form for a reason, so long may it continue. But actually, the Cam Rayner one, so Mark O'Connor would probably go to him again.
Dude, nothing would make me happier than them two before the first bounce straight to the goal square.
Just jump a punch in the living daylight.
I'd see them two in a boxing ring once they're retired, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be good fun.
It will be. So that was the hot stat checklist powered by StatMate. Download the app for free now. So were you tipping Geelong, you said?
We'll get to it, and then don't be surprised.
Oh, you're going to get there?
I'll tell you the tip.
We'll hold it off.
Yeah.
We'll hold it off. All right, final segment. Don't be surprised if...
What do you got for me?
I couldn't really think of anything, but I wrote this down. And
the biggest game of the year.
Hang on.
It's all hanging on this.
I wrote it down, and I read it afterwards. I'm like, I don't really care that much, but I wrote it down anyway. I'm going to say it because I had nothing else. Don't be surprised if Brisbane don't wear white shorts this weekend. So you wouldn't have noticed. So they wore white shorts against Geelong in the qualifying final. Geelong who wear all white.
Yeah.
But Geelong had their dark blue shorts on. Against Collingwood on the weekend, Brisbane wore maroon top with maroon shorts, not the white shorts as the away team.
Important info.
I just don't know why there's such a standardized theme with away teams just having to wear white shorts because they're the away team. Just wear your colours because it contrasts better to the other team, especially because Geelong wears white as their home kit. I'm hoping we don't see what happened in the qualifying final where it was a white top for Geelong and white shorts for Brisbane. Like I know the tops are actually contrasting enough, but it's just a 1% improvement that can be made. And I reckon they actually...
You're the fine details, man, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, that's another thing you've learned about me. But no, I reckon they sort of corrected that with Brisbane wearing the maroon shorts against Collingwood.
Yeah.
Maybe they saw that looked
Didn't
a bit
look so great.
strange against Geelong. So
Yeah.
don't be surprised if Brisbane don't wear white shorts this weekend. And Geelong look better in the white kit with the blue hoops and the white shorts.
I like that.
even as a home kit.
That's a
I'd love to see the white and the white and the maroon and the maroon. It'd be
Yeah.
a very aesthetically pleasing game to watch.
and no clash.
And no
which
clash.
is what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why the away teams just always wear white just because. It shouldn't have to. Just wear your colours.
The way shorts, I don't know.
I know. Again, look, I sound like I care more than I really do. But I have to
Between
put
that
effort
and the
into
whole
this.
11 spacing between the number 11 early in the year.
Yeah.
Uniforms are a bit of a red flag for you, I think.
Maybe.
A little bit, yeah.
Not really.
It's a tick.
It's just things that I notice, so I bring them up and, Anyway, what do you got?
Man, to finish this off, it's don't be surprised. Look, Bailey Smith, don't be expecting the first 5 rounds of next year. That's all I'm going to say. Because if Geelong wins this final, I'm telling you, he's just going to have a heyday of a hangover, I think, for about 3 months. I don't know that he might not rock up till March after partying. I think he's going to have a good time if they win this one. So
He would celebrate well.
he would celebrate, I think,
Yeah.
more than well. If there was, I don't know what the next stage of past well is, but I think Bailey's going to find it.
Yeah. Especially
yeah.
if he wins Normie as well.
Oh, boy. I just... a little bit worried for him, not going to lie. But he's going to have a good time. There's no doubt about that. So that's my don't be surprised. And I think in the same notion, you'll be understanding that I'm going to tip Geelong to win this game over Brisbane. I will be close, but I've got Geelong coming over the top, and it's going to be due to Jeremy and Patrick Dangerfield. The final chocolates.
I'm going to say Geelong by 10, Bailey Smith, Norm Smith, because I don't think anyone's going to go with him. He's going to rack it up. So if Geelong do win, it'll probably be him or Holmes, but I'll say Bailey Smith. He's had a pretty good year, and I think he'll continue that. The only other thing I was going to say is, don't be surprised if the best off-field moment of the year was Jeremy McGovern's son on the lap of honour, just flipping the bird.
I love that they got a run at the Brownlow.
So good. That's where I got the reminder from. Absolutely the off-field moment of the year.
100%.
I say off-field, it's actually on the field because it was during a lap of honour, but just sticking these ones up the crowd.
Dude, just
absolutely
home
unreal.
crowd, just giving it to
And
them.
releasing the merchandise afterwards.
Yeah.
I was just
leaned into it.
absolutely elite. Mate, we're going to leave it there.
There you go.
Thank you. 25 weeks. It's
Thank
been
you,
awesome.
man.
It's been good fun. So I appreciate all your time and everything, all your effort that you've put in this season. It's been great fun. And hope to do it again soon.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate it all the time. And it's been a good year.
Thank you, and enjoy your off season. And to everyone at home listening or watching, just a reminder, we do have the ESPN Footy podcast coming the day after the grand final this week. So enjoy the footy this week. And until then, we'll speak to you next time.